Welcome to English Story Today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Anna. I was 25 years old, searching for a job. With no family to rely on, I carried the weight of building a better future on my own. One evening, while scrolling through job postings online, an advertisement caught my attention. It read, "Widowed father seeks full-time, live-in nanny for 2 children. House located in an exclusive part of the city." The pay was generous. The job included food and a private room in the house. It sounded like the opportunity I had been waiting for. With a deep breath, I sent my application. A few days later, I was invited for an interview. When I arrived, I was stunned. The house looked like a palace, surrounded by a beautiful garden with green lawns, tall trees, and colorful flowers. The massive wooden front door opened, and standing there was a tall man with dark hair and sad, tired eyes. His expression was serious, almost cold. "You are here for the nanny position?" he asked in a deep voice. "Yes, sir. My name is Anna," I replied nervously. "I'm David," he said simply, without a smile. Inside, the house was filled with expensive furniture, shining chandeliers, and thick carpets, yet it felt empty, heavy, and cold. The walls displayed portraits of a blonde woman, beautiful, but with sadness in her eyes. Soon, I met the children, twins, Ethan and Lily, both 4 years old. They clung to their father, silent and shy. Their eyes were wide and searching, but their lips never moved. David explained that their mother, Isabella, had passed away in a tragic car accident 1 year earlier. Suddenly, everything made sense: the silence, the sadness, the lifeless atmosphere. This job wasn't just about caring for children. It was about helping a broken family find light again. I accepted. I moved into a small, cozy room upstairs. It became my safe space, but my real focus was Ethan and Lily. Each morning, I woke them gently. At breakfast, they sat quietly, never smiling. During playtime, they watched me carefully but rarely joined in. At night, I tucked them in with soft songs, hoping to make them feel safe. At first, it felt impossible. They were like fragile little birds with broken wings. But slowly, things began to change. One morning at breakfast, I held a spoon like a mustache and made a silly face. Lily giggled. Just a tiny sound, but it felt like sunlight breaking through clouds. Another day, Ethan laughed when I pretended his building blocks were a castle. Those small laughs gave me hope. Day by day, the children opened up. We played hide and seek in the garden, painted colorful pictures, baked cookies, and told endless stories at bedtime. Their quiet house began to echo with laughter. One evening, while I was drawing with them, I noticed David standing in the doorway. His eyes were softer than before. "They haven't laughed like that in a long time," he whispered. My heart skipped a beat. For the first time, his words felt personal. But not everyone was pleased. One Saturday, a woman arrived. Her name was Margaret, Isabella's sister. She was elegant but cold, and from the beginning, she disapproved of me. She criticized how I made sandwiches, how I spoke to the children, even how I smiled. One day, she cornered me in the kitchen. "You think you can replace my sister?" she hissed. "No, I'm only their nanny," I replied nervously. She leaned closer. "David cannot love. He is a cold man. Don't fool yourself." Her words cut deep. But things shifted again one afternoon in the library. I climbed a stool to put a book on a high shelf, but I slipped. Strong hands caught me. David's hands. "Be careful," he whispered, his face close to mine. For a brief moment, the air felt charged, different. The turning point came one stormy night. Rain lashed against the windows, and the children cried in fear as the power went out. I gathered them on the bed, telling silly stories with a flashlight until they calmed down. Then David entered, holding a candle. In the soft glow, we sat together until the children fell asleep holding my hands. "You are a miracle, Anna," he whispered, gently brushing my cheek before pressing a soft, meaningful kiss to my lips. From that moment, everything changed. Margaret accused me of being a gold digger, of stealing her sister's place. I broke down in tears, ready to leave, but David stopped me. "Don't listen to her," he said firmly. "I was lost and lonely. You brought life back into this house. Anna, I am falling in love with you. Please, stay. 6 months later, the house was unrecognizable. Ethan and Lily filled every corner with laughter. Sometimes they even called me Mama Anna. I no longer lived in the nanny's room, I shared the master bedroom with David. His once sad eyes now shone with warmth and love. Margaret no longer visited. David had told her clearly that her bitterness was not welcome. Our days became simple but full of joy, mornings filled with pancake battles, weekends at the zoo, evenings watching the children play in the garden. At night, we shared stories, one after another, because the twins always begged for just one more. The once cold, silent house had become a true home. One evening, after putting the children to bed, David and I sat outside in the garden. On my finger was a simple, beautiful ring. "Are you happy, Anna?" he asked softly. I looked at him, at our home, at the life we had built. "More than I ever dreamed," I whispered. "I came here as a nanny, searching for work. Instead, I found love, family, and a real home. Soon, I will be David's wife. And this house, once filled with shadows, now shines with light, laughter, and love." If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe to English Story Today for more heartwarming stories.